Hey, what's up guys? This is Cole with CJC Off-Road. Today we wanted to go ahead and compare the various Ram ball joint offerings we have on cjcoffroad.com. Essentially, this video has been done before. We'll probably do this video again, but we want to give a comprehensive overview of all the current ball joint offerings we have for these trucks, what the different pros and cons are of them, and basically help tailor recommendations to you guys to help basically provide the best possible information as you shop for ball joints for your Ram 3500. In this video, we'll be covering Carli, EMF, Dynatrac, Apex, Synergy, and the American Iron ball joint deletes. As of now, these are all the most popular premium ball joint options on the market. And so with that in mind, let's jump into what the different differences are in the different ball joints we offer. We have Carli Suspensions ball joints here for Ram 2500 and 3500 four-wheel drive applications. These are designed for 03 to current trucks. What Carli did was really cool with these ball joints particularly is they kind of went back to the drawing board and came up with a basically ground-up design of their own that's completely different than anything else that was on the market at the time. These are entirely USA-made ball joints, and what's really cool beyond their really unique metal-on-metal design is the fact that Carli actually uses a very unique process they call carburizing. And what that does is they actually, with the coatings they use on these joints, it penetrates 20 to 25 thousandths into the metal. So not only do you have the metal-on-metal design, but you actually have the additional coating producing further hardness of the joints. What that translates to is these are the hardest ball joints on the market. So in theory, this should be the most durable ball joint available. And so beyond this, Carli actually backs this up with a lifetime warranty. So essentially, if you're the original purchaser of these ball joints and they find that there's any kind of movement outside of the tolerance that's built into the joints themselves, Carli will actually warranty these ball joints, no questions asked, making it the premier ball joint warranty on the Ram ball joint market currently. To take a look at these joints, here is the lower joint here. So you'll see it has the Zerk fitting, has the grease evacuation port. So as you grease these ball joints with this port, you'll actually be able to see how clean the grease is. So basically, as you grease through it, once you have clean grease coming out, you'll know that you've thoroughly replaced all the grease that was inside the joint. Down here, you have the rubber dust shield. Really cool piece here, how it actually is part of the joint. It's not just a separate piece that slides on and off. So really cool design to these Carli ball joints. For the upper ball joint here, you'll see the grease fitting there. This is actually more of a seal design. It doesn't have the grease evacuation port. The way that works is if it's over greased, it actually comes down here by the pin. So let's go ahead and take this off, show this to you guys. You can see just how large the grease cavity is on these ball joints. This is a seriously beefy unit here. And if I pop this up here, you can actually see how the design works a little bit. Again, has that proprietary coating throughout the joint, extremely beefy. And again, all made in the USA. We really like these Carli ball joints. Here we have EMF's ball joints for these trucks. EMF makes one of the nicest options on the market. EMF is actually a smaller company out of Canada. It's a family-run business, awesome people to work with. And one of the cool things with these is that with the exchange rate differences between US and Canadian dollars, you'll find that these EMF ball joints actually offer some of the best value for the money spent. In terms of bang for the buck, due to this exchange rate advantage of importing these into the US, you're actually getting an extremely heavy-duty ball joint for a great price for these trucks. Design-wise, these EMF ball joints feature a metal-on-metal design similar to what Carli offers. These are a little different, however, in the fact that these ball joints are adjustable. So these ball joints don't carry the lifetime warranty you'll find on some of the other options, but the trade-off to that is these are fully serviceable. So these ball joints actually have the ability to adjust slop out of them as they wear over time. And then when you run out of adjustment in the ball joint itself, you can actually rebuild the ball joint on the truck without having to press it back onto the truck. So you look at most parts store ball joints, ball joint wears out. Every single time you gotta basically use a ball joint press to pull the ball joints out of the truck, reinstall new ones. Cool thing with these is long-term maintenance-wise, you're not taking ball joints in and out of the truck over and over. You're simply rebuilding them on the truck. So very cool aspect of the design on these EMF ball joints. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lower. You'll see the grease fitting here. This is actually part of where you adjust the ball joint over time. Very heavy duty. Have a rubber seal for dust. Upper ball joint, grease fitting. You'll actually see the holes here for the upper ball joint adjustment. Really cool in these EMF joints. Rubber dust shield here, and again, very beefy construction. Very nice ball joints for these trucks, and that's why these EMF joints have become so popular recently. As a quick aside, these EMF ball joints are available in knurled and non-knurled designs. So essentially for trucks that have had part store ball joints installed previously, the oversized design that EMF offers allows you to just press the ball joint in and still get a tight engagement. If your truck still has the original ball joints in place, the regular style EMF joints are the way to go. That's a really cool thing that's pretty much unique to EMF for these trucks, is the ability to choose between regular and oversized for the ball joints. Here we have Dynatrac's ball joints for these Ram HD trucks. These are a very, very nice option as well. So these Dynatracs, what they have is a bearing design internally. We won't go too much into detail on that, but it's essentially similar to like an FK rod end. It's proven to work very well on these trucks long term. There are a lot of happy people running Dynatrac ball joints on their trucks. Cool thing about these Dynatracs, while they are not adjustable like the EMFs that we mentioned previously, they have the ability to be rebuilt on the truck. So essentially, if the ball joints over time, you find that you have to go ahead and rebuild the ball joint, you can actually rebuild the joint without having to press it onto the truck. Something very cool about these Dynatrac ball joints. Also, like EMF, Dynatrac offers the option between knurled or non-knurled. In this case here, these are the knurled ball joints from Dynatrac. These are what you'd want to use if you've previously had part store ball joints installed. You'll find that most part store ball joints for these trucks are knurled, and so we're replacing a part store ball joint. You'll want to go with a knurled option like this. If your truck has original ball joints still, Dynatrac's regular size ball joints will fit the bill great. These ball joints do not carry a lifetime warranty, but with the ability to rebuild them over time, they are a great option in terms of longevity for these trucks. So let's take a look. This is Dynatrac's lower ball joint here. It uses a needle style fitting to grease this joint. Very beefy design. You'll see the rubber dust seal here. Works great to help prevent dust intrusion over time. You can see the knurling here, showing that this is the knurled version. And take a look at it up top. You actually see how it comes apart when it comes time to rebuild the ball joint, if you have to rebuild the ball joint. Upper, this is an extremely beefy upper ball joint here. In fact, it's probably about the biggest on the market, or one of the biggest. Extremely heavy duty. You can see how the ball joint comes apart here. The upper uses a more traditional Zerk fitting for grease placement and a very high quality seal. So you basically, if the ball joint's over grease, you'll actually see the ball joint will actually have the grease come out here at the pin. And again, very nice ball joint, very quality ball joint, and we actually really like the Dynatrac ball joints for these trucks. Here we have American Iron's ball joint deletes for the Ram HD trucks. You may have seen these recently on Facebook groups or on forums. They've been gaining a bit of popularity. I think a lot of it's due to the name. These ball joint deletes still actually function as a ball joint in that they hold the knuckle in place on the truck. That said, they've taken a very different approach to the overall design. And so what you'll find is the inner pin actually rotates on a Teflon bearing. Essentially what this looks like internally is much like an FK Heim joint, and that the entire thing is rotating on a Teflon bearing design. These are still very heavy duty joints for these trucks. They are not adjustable like some of the other options on the market, but they are rebuildable in place. So over time, if the joint begins to wear out, rather than having to press the joint out of the truck, you have the option to actually replace the inner Teflon race on these and actually get back on the road without having to take the ball joints out of the truck. So very cool design here. Now taking a look at these here, you'll get a look at the design. This is lower here. What this has is a 3D printed cap. Taking that off, you can kind of get an idea of how these ball joints actually work. Looks much like an FK Heim rod end right there. Looking at that, we also have the upper ball joint. You can get a look at the seal here, just kind of slides on right there. And again, close look at how these things work. It is essentially a quick removal of the snap ring here to go ahead and replace the bearing and rebuild this joint. So serviceability wise, these are a very cool option, and I'd say easily one of the more unique options on the market for these Ram trucks. Here we have Synergy Manufacturing's option for ball joints for the Ram HD trucks. This is a unique design to Synergy in that they use more of a pin on cup design internally. So what that means is the inside of this ball joint actually looks quite a bit like the tie rod ends on their steering linkage, which they've basically proven over time. A lot of people running this energy steering out there, they're happy with it. And as a result, they utilize that design in these ball joints. These ball joints are not only adjustable, but they're rebuildable longer term. In fact, at this price point, nobody else offers adjustable or rebuildable ball joints because the price point on these is actually most competitive with what you find in a parts store. So really nice budget conscious option for these trucks. So taking a look at this joint here, you'll see the grease fitting on the lower joint. You'll see the actual key design they have where the ball joint comes together, as well as a rubber dust seal. Again, not something you normally find in a ball joint at this price point. Upper ball joint here, nice rubber seal, protect from dust, grease fitting on the top. Again, for something that competes price-wise with what you find in an auto parts store, these ball joints actually swing well above their weight class. Synergy offers a really cool option in these ball joints for these trucks. Here we have Apex's design for Ram HD ball joints. These are very recently introduced as one of the most budget-friendly options on the market. These actually carry a lifetime warranty, and unlike typical parts store ball joints, they actually use a bearing style design internally, so they don't use the typical cheap nylon pin and cup design that most parts store ball joints use, actually making these a much more heavy-duty option at a very similar price point. So as a result, these are a great entry-level option for heavy-duty ball joints for these trucks. You'll find with Apex that the lower ball joints are all a knurled design. That is something that they designed with these ball joints to basically make it so the lower ball joint would press into trucks that have also had a lot of ball joints pressed in the past. The upper ball joint is available in either a knurled or non-knurled design. These ball joints are not rebuildable like some of the other options on the market, but due to that lifetime warranty, if they wear out, you have the ability to replace them if Apex finds that they are wearing beyond what the standard threshold is. They are fully greasable as well, so maintenance-wise, it's nice being able to actually grease these ball joints as they wear over time, making these very easy to maintain as well. Really cool ball joint for the price point and a great starter option for an aftermarket ball joint for these Ram trucks. Here you'll find the lower ball joint with its knurl design. You can see the knurling. You can see the grease port on this lower ball joint as well. Here we have the upper ball joint. Nice beefy unit. You'll find the Zerk fitting for greasing this over time, and little rubber seal here as well to help keep dust out of the ball joint. So nice overall set of ball joints here, especially at the price point that Apex has these priced at, very competitive on the market. Now, if you've watched this far into this video and you're trying to figure out which ball joints are best for you, we have quite a few recommendations here. So if budget-friendly, lower cost of entry is what you are looking for, the Apex and Synergy ball joints would hands down be the way to go. Apex offers our lifetime warranty. Synergy offers the rebuild and serviceability over time. Now, if you're looking at lower price ball joints, if you're cross-shopping options such as Moog or Auto Parts Store ball joints, these Apex and Synergy ball joints will offer a much heavier duty option, both in terms of longevity, in terms of build construction, in terms of the ability to long-term handle larger 35, 37-inch tires. We really like these ball joints, especially at the price point they are offered at on this market. Now, if you are tired of the standard ball joint design and you just say, hey, I cannot make regular ball joints work on my Ram truck long-term, that's where American Iron came in with a very unique offering here. American Iron's ball joint deletes are a very different take on ball joints for these trucks. And again, at their low cost of maintenance over time, they may be a great option for you. So again, if you're just tired of typical ball joints, you want something different, American Iron offers that with these ball joint deletes for these trucks. Now, if you're looking for the absolute best bang for the buck, I think I'd have to give that to EMF. Again, as we mentioned earlier, with the exchange rate benefits, especially on the US side, EMF's ball joints swing way above their weight class in terms of what they offer. And that being extremely heavy-duty construction, adjustability, rebuildability, the EMF ball joints offer, I'd say, overall, some of the best bang for the buck. If you're looking to buy your last set of ball joints ever, EMF offers that for a lot of people, and with what they have with their design. Again, making them, I'd say, a very good value for the money spent long term. Now, if you're looking for the absolute best on the market, the absolute longest lasting, most durable ball joint available, I'd have to give that nod to Carli Suspension. Those ball joints, with their design and with the lifetime warranty they offer, really do offer an option for, say you just want to run the truck for the rest of its life off-road, being on it, run larger tires. Carli is extremely tough to beat. That said, I'd say Dynatrac and EMF are very close runners-up. They are extremely heavy-duty options, and basically we base the decision on which ball joints you want to go with on the individual merits of the different manufacturers. So you have Carli with their lifetime warranty, and then you have EMF and Dynatrac with their rebuildability on the truck. So as you're shopping, basically you could base your decision on which ball joint is best for you based on these merits. It's going to be different for everybody in terms of what they're looking for long term. We really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. We have curated what we feel are the best options on the market, and being that we're not a manufacturer of any of these ball joints, we hope that we've given you an unbiased resource for selecting the best Ram ball joints for your truck. We carry all of these, we stock all these, so they're ready to go. If there's anything you're unsure of, just give us a call. We're happy to kind of run through the different options and basically answer any questions if we may have missed it in this video here. So we have a lot more content coming up covering the different cool aftermarket options for these trucks. So if you like what you see, feel free to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.